Hello there, welcome to today's video. Today we're focusing on Scotland, my home country. Yes, of course, we're back with another shortlist. That, of course, is potential Wonderkids 18 and under that can go on to become future stars in the game that you might not have heard of. Some you will, of course. I can't cover every player that nobody knows. So, today, Scotland, we'll get right into it. We've got 5 players from 5 different countries, all Scottish, of course, 18 and under. First up is Ryan Hardy of Rangers, an 18-year-old striker, £50,000 value, £1,000 per week. This guy is vastly improved since FM15, where I done a Rangers save, and the only notably attribute that he had was indeed his finishing, and the rest seemed to have improved on this year's game. Right-footed, balanced, and a young striker. He has decent technicals in finishing and penalty taking. 11 for passing, long shots, and dribbling. Mentally, he's got a real solid game about him. Anticipation 13, as is composure, off the ball and teamwork. 11 for positioning and vision. Flair 15, 12 concentration, and 13 for composure and anticipation. Physically, he's pretty good. Acceleration is 14, pace 15, stamina 16, natural fitness 17, 13 for jumping reach. He is a player that could really hold his own in pretty much most leagues, especially as he gets older. If you sign him now at the age of 18, you could definitely work with that and improve him and make him into a top player at a reasonably good standard. Next we have a player that a lot of you know about. He is a striker, can play in the cam role. It's Craig Whiting of Dundee, which is only a 20-minute drive away from where I currently live. He is a player that plays for the Scotland under-19s team. He's 17, £90,000 value, £750 per week. A player that you can get on loan at the start. He's fairly determination and he plays on his right foot. For me, he has a little decrease since FM15, in particular his technical area. He's a player that goes on to become something special, and recently I've seen him go on to become a real top player in a save where he goes on to play for Tottenham Hotspur. Technically, he's so-so, finishing of 11, first touch of 13, passing 12 and 13 for technique. Mentally he's pretty good, real good game there. 12's in anticipation, composure, decision making, 15 determination, 13 for flair, 13 for off the ball, 12 positioning, vision 14, teamwork and work rate both 11. Physically 13 for agility and balance, 12 for natural fitness and 11 for pace. A real good player that you could potentially get on loan if you need to. One to watch out for is Craig Whiting of Dundee. Next up is Greg Kiltie, recently signed a new contract at Kilmarnock. He plays as an attacking midfield centre, but more so on the right. He's 18 years old, valued at £90,000, collects £500 per week wage. He's balanced, he's a winger, he's right-footed, and he's got decent attributes in his technical and some in his physical side. Physically, his acceleration is 11, pace 12, natural fitness 13, balance of 11. Mentally, he's pretty poor. I will not hide that fact that you can see. Work rate 15, 12 teamwork, 11 flair and 13 for bravery. Technically is what his game is all about. Crossing 11, dribbling 14, 11 finishing, 12 for first touch. Long shots 14, passing 11, 12 for tackling, which is pretty good for a winger of that age. Technique is 14. A real good player for an 18-year-old. Probably managed to prize him away relatively cheap from Kilmarnock, but if you're playing in Scotland outside of the old firm clubs, you might find it difficult as he's just signed a new contract at his club. There was never going to be a Scottish Wonderkid without including a Celtic player, was there. And not only just because he's a Celtic player, he is definitely worthy of being in here. It's Kieran Tierney, a left back, wing back from Celtic, 18 years old, valued at £300,000 per week. £3,000 per week wage, sorry. He is wanted by 4 clubs, and as you can see, he's available for loan at the start of a game. Scottish clubs, I might add, that are trying to get him on loan. He's left-footed, he's driven, he's a full-back. He has got some decent attributes in mental and in particular his physical side of the game. Technically he's not the best, but he does have 12 crossing and 12 dribbling, and as explained in previous videos, that is something I looked for in a fullback. To go along with that, we have decision making 12, determination of 20, which is brilliant for an 18-year-old. Off the ball 12, teamwork 15, 13 for work rate, but physically he is excellent. Acceleration 17, agility 15, 12 for balance, 15 for pace, 13 for natural fitness, and stamina of 12. A real good player. You can get him on loan. If you're playing on Scotland, I would definitely recommend going for him. Kieran Tierney is number 4. We have saved the best in Scotland, in my opinion, to last. That is a Scottish 18-year-old and under. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one. He's a real good player because a lot of you know exactly who I'm talking about. I know because he's 19 years old, it is not Ryan Gauld, who lives just down the road from me. Well, his family. It's his best mate in real life. It's John Stewart, who doesn't live too far away from me either. 18 years old, £230,000 per week. You're going to be very difficult to price him away. He does play for the Scotland under-21 side, but hasn't been capped yet, because a lot of big clubs like to try and take him and then loan him back to Dundee United. He's right-footed, he's a defensive midfielder, but, in my opinion, more naturally a central defender. Tries to play his way out of trouble, likes to try long-range passes. He's good in all aspects of his game, to be fair. Technically, dribbling of 12, which is amazing for a central defender, where he's played most of his career. He is only 18, but he has clocked up a lot of games for the club. First touch of 12, 12 for marking, passing 14, technique is 15, that is remarkable. Penalty is 12, tackling is 14, mentally 13 for anticipation, composure, flair 14, 11 leadership, 13 positioning, teamwork 14, vision 15, which goes hand in hand with his technique and his passing, of course. Physically he's good, 12 acceleration, 14 for stamina, 12 for strength, 14 for balance, 13 for natural fitness, and 12 for jump and reach. Saved the best to last for Scottish potential Wonderkids that are 18 and under. He's the best of the Scottish ones, in my opinion. John Stewart of Dundee United. As ever, guys, thank you for checking out the video. Please hit subscribe and help me boost the numbers. And I'll see you lot very soon.